Sacramento. Yo, let's, where's the audio at? Let's go.
Of Sacramento, police there say the ABC building has been hit by gunfire. Nobody injured, but there you can see bullet holes in the glass just coming in the last few minutes. We can also tell you that, in fact, this is coming just after the Jimmy Kimmel decision to release.
I didn't realize people like Jimmy Kimmel that much.
Suspend him from his evening show. Let's go out to our NBC's Andrew Blankstein.
To be fair, the last few people, the holdouts, must really love him.
One of our investigative producers who's joining us now on the phone. Andrew, nobody knows this better than you. What's happening in that area?
Good afternoon, Tom. Well,
all right. So, what we got going on here? Nice hair. My hat's in the back seat. I feel like being lazy today. So, everybody knows I'm homeless. So, if you're trying to wrap your head around this, one, it's not most of the country. It's never been most of the country. So if you're sitting there stunned, first by the Charlie Kirk assassination like everyone was, a lot of us weren't. A lot of, me myself, we've been trying to say for a while, there's a group of people on the left, within the left, not the left, but controlling the left. And these people they're misleading on purpose. They're accusing their enemies of what they're doing, which is a classic ploy. And they're not good for America, and they're not about America, and they've hoodwinked, con artists. Most of the left-wing party think they're kind environmentalists who just have the best interest of America in the world. That has absolutely been a lie for 15 years. They've slowly worked their way into the corporations. They've established themselves in academia. They've established themselves in the teachers' unions and teaching our children. Whether the teachers themselves realize they've been hoodwinked, don't know, don't care. A lot of people, sorry about that, I don't know how to fix that and do a, so you can see the videos I'm watching. There are people who call themselves Scientologists. And most people who are not a Scientologist go, that's fucking weird. How could you be a part of that and believe those things? Hollywood people a lot, but still, they're actually based out of Florida. Growing up, now I'm actually close friends with many a Mormon. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do either. Oh, there we go. I don't know what the church used to be in Fundamental Utah in 1928. I know that the missionaries I've become friends with, the churches I went to, the South Hill one, I went to one out in Cheney. They seem like very good people. So whatever reservations you have, many Christians don't like Latter-day Saints. Don't consider them Christians. Okay, fine. But why do you think so many people are? If we use that as a reference, there's a lot of them. So, and a lot of these people are business owners, mothers, teachers, doctors. So they're not dumb. So you might ask yourself, why in the world would non-dumb people, good people, be part of the Latter-day Saints? Because if you're a Christian or anybody else, they're like, oh, you're a Mormon? How could you be a Mormon? I get that a lot. Go ahead, take a picture. So this is the aspect you need to keep in mind. So if you're looking at someone who's celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, and you're wondering how could they do this, or it's because you've been part of a religion and you just didn't realize it for the past 10 to 15 years. And once you're part of a religion, when you become part of a religion, whether it's Christianity, the Church of Latter-day Saints, Islam, whatever, once you accept that you're part of that religion, well, whatever dictates come down. It doesn't have to make sense. You don't rationalize because it's part of your belief, it's part of your group. So whatever the leadership says, you don't want to be ostracized from your networks, from your family, from your connections. I mean, trust me, the pressure, behavioral science. And good luck convincing somebody who's part of a religion that to leave. Good luck. Good luck convincing a foregone Christian, a Christian who's been a Christian for a long time. No, I don't want to record. That's fucking silly. All right. No, sorry. Good luck. They'll say, fuck off. I don't care what kind of evidence you give me. I believe in God. All right? And if you're an atheist like I was for 30 years, you never convince a Christian to stop believing. Now, over time, Christians will fall away. Kind of what happened. But in the moment, you'll never convince them. So all these years, I've been talking about climate alarmists, global warming as hoax, right? They're not real. Not to the degree they're saying it's real. That's for damn sure. I've never convinced one. And she's not happy about it. A few over time. But once you believe something, and then don't even get me into cognitive science. Okay, so there's something called first knowledge. If I learn and believe that, okay, let's just do something random and wild. That orange signs like that mean that's a coffee stand. I don't know. Whatever, just something real. If there's a coffee stand there right now, and somehow I associated that orange yellow sign with coffee stands, and I learned that, right? However, once it's learned, oh, that's coffee stands. Good luck not thinking about coffee every time you see an orange sign, even if you learn, oh, that's a street sign. The coffee stand just happened to be there a couple times and I associated them the wrong way. Good luck ever not thinking about coffee again. That's called first knowledge. It's very hard. In sales, which I've been part of we use tricks like that to fuck with people's heads. Because if they believe something, now we can go from that belief that might be real, might not be real, and manipulate it. All right? So if you're taught and you believe that the world's going to end in 12 years if we don't do all these fucking tax increases and spend money in these areas that prefers a certain side, that the world's going to end, if you believe that, good luck. Oh. You're part of a religion. And the pressure in an established religion not to go with the flow. Most humans, I've been preached at by more than one friend, family member, good people, about how you need to go keep your best interest in mind, Cameron. Which they're not wrong. They're not wrong. I just have a bunch of whatevers that make me feel like if I go along, even if it's in my best interest in the moment, I feel like I'm damaging my own fucking soul by being involved with programs that I believe don't work. First of all, being part of programs that actually don't work or don't work very well at all pisses me off. But there's some that don't work at all. There's some that work better than others. And I'm not really down for any of them for my situation. Rehabs don't work. These places aren't goal-driven. They're not results-driven. I believe that if programs have shown an inability to meet goals that they were intended to meet, you got to get rid of them. Try something else, right? That doesn't happen. In government in general, there might have been a time when you could say, well, it was more of a left thing. You can't really say that now because we don't have, well, we're starting to have a multi-principled government, which we need. We need principled left-wing people, not religious, principled. We need principled right-wing so that the conservatism, the traditionalism can balance the insanity of the left, the ideals, the creativity, the utopian fucking bullshit. Good things can come from that, but it's got to be balanced with traditional, established, successful ways of going through the world. It's only a few people left. When I say we're winning, I'm not saying right-wing conservative Republicans are winning. Look at Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr. Donald Trump is a populist. What is a populist? A populist is someone who goes with what the people are asking for, which isn't always the greatest thing. Sometimes you can't be a good populist. You can't be a good populist. Sometimes we require people like Rand Paul, who's not a populist. He wants to cut the budget. And if you elect him, that's all he's going to do, amongst other things. That's his main goal, which is, you need that. You need somebody who's willing to do what needs to be done, even if the populace sometimes doesn't like it. But that's got to be balanced, right? That's why we hold elections every 4 years, because sometimes it's not working, but the dedicated dumbasses that fucked it up don't want to give up the goat. So I don't know. Society's complex. Government is stupid. So let me show you what happens when you have just a bunch of volunteers running food banks. If I say I'm homeless living in my car, I get a much smaller amount of food, more designed for the car, less spoilage, things of that nature. Okay. But if I say I'm just homed, I get a big, huge thing. Both of those types of people, God damn it, both those types of people can only go to the food stamps twice a month. I noticed that the value went up first. I'm like, oh, this is kind of stupid. But hey, all right, I'm not trying. But I went to Salvation Army for the first time yesterday, and they've got the same setup. They're so fucking stupid. But anyways, if I'm getting less food because I'm a mobile or homeless person, so I'm getting a smaller, because I'm not housed with a stove and things like that, and I can't take it. Homeless people should be getting it 4 times a month because they're getting half as much twice a month. Good luck explaining that to one of these fucking idiots. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Everybody only gets twice a month. Even though if you put down your homeless, you get less. You're still only allowed to go there twice a month. If you're giving a certain type of person less because they don't have any place to put it, because it'll spoil, because of whatever other reason, all right? You're now denying them food because they're homeless. Because you're only letting them come twice a month, but you're only giving them half as much when they come as a home person. So you're denying homeless people food. Okay, so anyways, this is what happens with DEI hires and volunteers who you can't fire, who control everything. So listen, this is how dumb, or I just do this so it doesn't flip. This is how dumb the Salvation Army is. They gave me this little yellow card. They didn't ask me for my ID, right? It's got my name and it had a number on it. No ID. So they go in there, they entered it, then the computer came back and they gave me the yellow card. Now I get my grocery thing. But you gotta save that card. Or else you have to fill out the paperwork next time and do it again. I'm like, what if I just take a picture of this little yellow card? Because it's a yellow, it's just a business card type thing with a fucking handwritten Cameron and a number and date, whatever. Hey, how about I just take a picture of this so I can just show you the card? No, can't do that. If you don't have the card, you have to fill out the paperwork again. That's a woman fucking stupid fucking way of doing things. So fucking stupid. The paper you're wasting on the form and the business card. Right? And here's the other one. If you're not requiring ID, I'm gonna put Brad Pitt tomorrow. I'm gonna go in there Monday. And I'm going to write Brad Pitt, birth date, whatever, hand it to these fucks. And I can do that 4 times a week. So it makes no sense what they're doing. They make rules that don't make any sense because they've never done nothing in the world. They've never had jobs that require profit, that require results, they just like to boss people around like moms do. Fucking morons. Anyways, I'm ranting. That's it.